For some moms, the hardest part of their pregnancy is waiting to meet their bundle of joy.
It was a golden pregnancy. No pain, no issue, no worry. So I went into labor expecting it to be golden.
But for Ashley Tundo, what was supposed to be the best day of her life turned into one of the worst.
It is like the most precious thing you can do. You're making a baby and bringing a baby into the world. So when people are meant to be there to assist you and they aren't, it's hard not to let go.
On the day of her delivery, Ashley was paired with a brand new nurse.
She was uncomfortable checking me. Only wanted the doctor to check me.
Since doctors broke her water, her baby was unprotected.
She swallowed a ton of fluid going out, and unfortunately she contracted E. coli meningitis. Because she was sitting so low in my pelvic cavity for so long that she probably contracted it just being down that low for so long. They took her immediately to the NICU and to do all the tests and all of the procedures, and I was left bound to the bed. I don't take medical degrees lightly. Like, you're superior to me in this position only because you know what is supposed to be and not supposed to be. Unfortunately, I've learned throughout the time that experience is really what makes a doctor.
People tell you, like, this could hurt your baby and your baby could die. Of course you're gonna say, well, yeah, I'm gonna trust the person with the medical degree, not me who's totally uneducated. Fear and pain are things that they can use to manipulate.
In the hip area, I'm giving her.
And that's where Tara Withy comes in.
You know, you walk in and you're in the most vulnerable state of your life, and you have, you know, the doctors and nurses who are often seen as, you know, in a place of authority over us, and it's really hard to find our voice and speak up when, you know, we're in that vulnerable state.
Tara has assisted over 120 births, but she's not a doctor. She's a doula and a childbirth coach.
So I help them understand what their options are so that they can communicate on their own behalf to their providers, to the staff, about what their needs are.
King County and Brooklyn and Erie County have the two highest maternal and infant mortality rates in all of New York State. Last year, Governor Cuomo passed new legislation that fights to combat Erie County's mortality rate. The new law covers costs for doulas.
The reason the doula model has persisted is because we see really positive data around improvements in birth outcomes if a doula or a knowledgeable support is available for the mother.
This is, I think, an excellent opportunity because it affords the option of women to have access to us and us still to be compensated in some way, you know, so that, you know, we all win.
Tara says this legislation is especially important for women of color because of disparities in childbirth.
I think that women of color are not always taken seriously when they have complaints or when they're you know, coming to their doctor with concerns. I think that sometimes they're shrugged off.
We also have data to show that many times women of color are referred to hospitals where the outcomes, pregnancy outcomes, are not as good, and you know, Caucasian women are referred to hospitals where they have better outcomes.
And if you're thinking about getting a doula, there are a few things doulas want you to know. Doulas are not midwives, so they don't work medically. Doulas are not only for home births, they also work in hospitals. Doulas are not against epidurals. Doulas are with moms the entire birth and on call 24 hours leading up to delivery. For now, the law only covers moms with Medicaid. For more information, visit New York State Department of Health's website. In Buffalo, Monica Manny.